Au ya you. You will lay a desire. Then I'd wear that power. President Gay, via Yatigay, Dizagay, I say, oh, me, I'm right. And by doing you, I'm a portrait of my trade there, when you'll learn it goes away. Alas, I will that Giano, and I will say you. Papa Mora, get me up when anywhere, Momba Sivole. Sivole. La rangée parmi nationale, très trop fort. Puis à quoi ben moi c'est so que des du oja. À moi ça il faut. Dia bio. Do ba yo ba ko mo nya o. Baba yin guitar, petit, blazo fait sonner. Kaidaka. Bena paya posa gogo mambo panjagu. Apoblo akafwe. Wa posa nyoka fwe. Be afonte mo bandi yo kwa kleju kiyen. Nyonjo si moi. Posto kata tuyo kwe atinyo de won. Emo o. Nesse tokan. Is a poco where they play. Go on, yeah, I can't salute. What's to a gather to your way? I think on the one. Emo, Nesseto, now, with is a poco where they play. Go on, yeah, can you get? Not conquering your bed when I know sound fairly on it. Hey, I do. Let's do what you just grab it to one. Play your book on you. Are you now? Taibo Bodakia, no, and we say you over. I want to your Clamala, need a boy and well. And yes, I'm going to buy the good mwege. Hey, Imo, am I gay? One of what I want, I guess me, I'm done, and in the well. Oh, ow. Bobo that Giano and we say you will. So like it, I'm for when you never go. Netoni and Rayo. Hey, are you? Opo just say, oh, yeah, I'm a cocky lever. Kaidaka, when it was to a jackal, net in the milk of way. I just know. This is what I say. Taibo, yeah, la loi de mon pays, moi ne mon télé by Botamu, Tanyada. Planning Papa, Benegasia, Baka on Lage, the Puesipo, the PSCB. The Tonya Sido, you cannot Moania, there was a Bob was a Dressio, Mango, Palipo Botakiano, and I will say you over. I will. Saibo. To a black blind do it so say. I just want to lay a bat to an apple, you see you okay. Wait, you, Ivo, Saibo Boba. And they get up and block where John B. Bangla. On the Kriana walk like a bad day, they know. Eh, Joso was said. So, the one you're naturally found, clever Sule. Bobo that Giano and I will say you over. I'm done in it. Where are you? To walk away. I know Roswell. Gay Bear Roswell. South Africa, your boss, your way. Thank you for your work there and my one. I'm the Pope and Yagu. Don't feel it. I say, oh, Claudio. Say, back in where we are coming. Say, Bobo that Giano and I will say you over. Aba pepo swelu ninde swelu kwa muzo manje dota siko bala Babo jo ase pepo swelu muzo bloke say ya re ase baye ino gen one day yeah your family your stay mo play now ariwo ase o baye amo amora da o Saibo de Giano and I will say you I wish a rule of the baye. So, Saibo, 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 that young man that will take you. Mop man down le mel, read on your man, don't you? When you know I say, it's a mayo. That was why you also mobile. When you Amora Ginola, Saibo.
Ouais, il a fait une chanson à Mobile Production, voilà. Et Mobile Production, c'est une structure qui est créée pour les jeunes qui sont dans le guémon, pour les jeunes de l'US et tout. Mobile Production est là pour produire les jeunes talentueux, cachés, que les gens ignorent. Donc notre devoir, c'est de produire des talents cachés. Alors, il a fait un son pour Mobile Production.
Arrangé Eric Glodé, le don de Dieu pour la musique de l'Ouest. Je te détesterai jamais. Jamais, jamais, au grand jamais. Mon bien production, Abia Dia Oboa, Amunyadro, moi et toi Pierre. Moye, Pierre, moye, moye, Pierre, moye, à toi Pierre Dia Vele, Pierre, moye, ah Pierre, oui. Ndato Pierre se prononcé, à toi Pierre Dia Vele, à Cossiao, moye, Pierre, moye. Mosa bosa iko momonye Pierre ji mo were mando ye mo a Pierre ji mo were mando ye mo Pierre we ha ji a were Pierre momonye moye to Pierre moye o Pierre moye o Pierre ji a were ba lo poje yo ji a were so ino dunia.
What we do every day.
Sabachiana yona, kapita kambeana, eyo bei. Sabachiana yona, konsikelana, eyo bei. Sabachiana yona, rojina peana, eyo bei. Sabachiana yona, Victor Baniana, eyo bei. Sabachiana yona, wanachiana, eyo bei. Sabachiana yona.
Good evening, folks. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. What can I say? We're having fun already, except my program, whatever it is. Okay, thank you, folks. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. I want to thank all of you that joined us and being on LIBERIA Public Radio. You've been with us for quite a while now. I want to say thank you for specifically joining us again tonight. Please share this video tonight, because it's very important. Some of the things that I'm getting ready to discuss here tonight are very important. If you've gone on my stuff and you've been reading, I'm going to be discussing the pro-poor agenda tonight. I told you guys almost 2-3 months ago that Sam Sinto had a copy of that. But I wasn't ready to do anything until it was announced. And since Dr. Weir announced it at the UN, I cannot discuss it. The reason I'm doing this here tonight is twofold. One is I'm not going to get involved into this money business anymore. There will be from time to time that I will talk a little bit about it, but I'm not going to spend my time with the money issue anymore. Not that it's not important, but I think we have people on ground, government officials, that can deal with this money issue better than Sam Sinto. So for me to sit here and spend my time, I'm not saying that my time doesn't worth it, but I just don't want to do that anymore. So I will now, because it's a very interesting document, the pro-poor agenda that was introduced by Dr. Weir at UN. It's very sad that we Liberians are always not capable of grasping some sort of momentum. Something happening, everybody say, "Oh yes, this is good." We don't care to jump on it until things start dying down and say, "Wait a second, we want to dust it out." So I'm going to stay away from it and continue to talk about the pro-poor agenda. And I will also, I think I'm going to try to stay away from this politics business discussing about who stole money and who get fired and what have you. The fact that I'm not in a position to go to Liberia right now to do anything does not mean that I'm not going to be able to stay here and contribute, because I can stay here. I'm an engineer. This is nothing to hide. I'm an engineer. I'm a design engineer. I design roadway. I can do building as well, but I'm not concentrating on that. So the fact that I know how to do roadway design, I will stay here in the Sacramento studio and contribute. Those who want to come and listen to what I have to say, if they like it, if they think it's something they can learn from, they will. If they don't, they will excuse themselves. But I'm not going to go and with the money issue here, because this money business is really dividing us. It's dividing Liberians. Seriously. And as long as we continue to concentrate on the negative thing, money, stealing money, that's negative, that's not positive. You're not putting money in, you're taking money out. And the fact that we're discussing it and we can't come to one agreement to say this is the definite a statement coming from the government, I don't want to be part of that anymore. Let the government come back and tell us what they want, we will follow. If they say this person stole the money or the money is there, he ain't messy again, nobody stole the money, we say thank God. I'm not going to take time to discuss it anymore. So anyway, that's the first one. The second one, before I go to the second one, let me do safety. I got carried away here a little bit. Let me do a little safety here. Folks, share my video if you can. Share my video, because it's going to be a very interesting subject matter here tonight. Safety. Do good. By all means, stay safe. Know where you are as you're driving. The fact that you've been driving for 30 some more years does not mean that you are a perfect driver. You have to know your position on the road. You have to play the what if game. If this happened, what would I do? How can I handle this? Always get water in your car. Flashlight, preferably with new batteries and bulbs. Blankets all the time in your car. Know your position. Know the other cars around you. Look at your view mirror. Look way behind you. Who's coming with speed? Always know your position on the road. Take care of your car. Your car will take care of you. The second point that I was going to make here tonight, and again, I want to welcome all of you that are listening. We say thank you very much. Let's have a wonderful show tonight. In the last two shows, I've been paying attention to people writing, and perhaps it threw me off. I think I will stay away from that as well, because I was involved into politics. So when you're discussing politics, everybody are politician. All Liberian lawyers, they're politicians. But when I start discussing engineering, I dare people to come and make comments or my engineering conversation, because I doubt it. So because if you come in to discuss my engineering conversation and try to make a comment that is not suitable, you ain't able. I bet you ain't able, because you don't know anything about that one. That's so I was. Let me leave that one. No, on a very serious note. Reason I'm doing the agenda here tonight, I want to somehow, if I can, to switch our attention a little bit. Those of you that are listening to me, I want to help to switch the attention a little bit from this negative money business to what the proper agenda is. Dr. We are announced here at the UN, but it didn't go into detail. And I thought, you see, this is some of the things that really get to me sometimes. I thought the momentum that he took from here, from the UN, I thought that momentum would be able to carry him to the point of discussing the proper agenda. Because it's a wonderful, wonderful document. I think if Dr. Weir was to use that opportunity that day, the speech, the welcome speech, or bike speech he gave, whatever you want to, if he had used that opportunity to talk about the proper agenda, I think every one of us that here criticizing there and here, I think he would have shut our mouth out. And I will read just the letter, the statement from the president to the Liberian people on the proper agenda. I will read that tonight, and I'll put it on the board here on the dashboard, and you'll be able to read it along with me. It's such a beautiful, beautiful writing. Then you're gonna say, well, Mr. To, those are just empty talk. No, they're not. They are not. I have not seen yet that this young man has the kind of money he's looking for the infrastructure purpose in Liberia. That he has scrummed on that. I have not seen it yet. So it's not empty talk. There are people who continue to call me and say the proper agenda, you keep talking about that pie in the sky. It's not. So if think about it, Liberians, folks, scientists, people who come up with different ideas. You think if they were to listen to people say that pie in the sky, you think they were going to do anything? When do we say, let's try something, even if it's difficult? We will be successful if we work together. There will be people that will criticize, but let's pay attention to what we want to do. Let's tone out all of the negative that you consider negative vibe that might slow you down. And this is exactly what this problem with this money business is doing. The money issue is going to be resolved. Either way, it's going to be resolved. But Liberians are taking so much time discussing this money issue. It's becoming ridiculous. Those who are charged to come up with the answer, they will. If they say no money missing, they will let you know why they're making that statement, because they can't come back and say no money missing when they have already told us that. So let us try and find something that we can discuss, occupies ourselves with something else, why the government figuring out exactly what is happening. But we can't be beating the drum of conflict and what have you. We're not going to be successful. So I, Samson Tor, here on Liberian Public Radio, have decided tonight will be my last time taking more than 2-3 minutes of this money discussion. What are money there or money not there, or I send money to my family member anyway. So pro agenda that I'm going to be discussing here tonight is about the pro agenda. It says here, and I wrote a little bit of it on there. It said pro agenda. Okay, let me do this before I go. All right, here is what that is written on there. And who knows, they might have changed it. That's fine. If they change it, it really doesn't matter for me. I'm okay with it. But let's look at it. Okay, right there. It's a pro-poor agenda for prosperity and development. PATA. Whatever. A 5-year national development plan was accelerated, inclusive. I inclusive, and sustainable development. Okay, folks, that is the introduction of my program here tonight. So, to be honest with you, I think this is just a wonderful, wonderful thing to have. Um, and as I'm going to be going through the process here tonight, reading it, I want you to just read it along with me. Okay, just read the Propo Agenda for Prosperity and Development. Okay, a 5-year National Development Plan, accelerated, inclusive, and sustainable development from, of course, July 2018 to 2023. That's a 5-year program. Okay. Now, I'm going to be reading a message from the president. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to be doing, and this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my stuff, because from here, from this Propo agenda, I will also get into the process of infrastructure, roadway to be specific. Okay. So if you want to stay here, I appreciate it. If you think what I'm about to discuss doesn't interest you, we say thank you for visiting. We appreciate it as well. But I'm not going to, get myself all riled up and then go to bed. I can't sleep at night because people say it's money business. No, please. Let's go on. Let's go on. Okay. Here is the other one. All right. This is the message from the President of Republic of Liberia. That's their message in the Propo agenda. It's a very sweet, sweet document. If you like reading and if you enjoy the words, the phrases and sentences and things, if you enjoy that kinds of stuff, this is a good reading. Here's another interesting thing that I want to make. I want to comment that I want to make on this Propo agenda. Remember, they have what they call a code of conduct that was established under the past administration. And my argument have always been that code of conduct. It's a very, very, very good document that if Liberians try to implement it across the board without picking here, cherry picking they call it, and just implement that across the board, it's a very, very good document that will help all of us to institutionalize most of the institutions in Liberia that help with the security, economy, whatever, because everything was in there. But Liberians decided to be selective in the application of the code of conduct. And as a result, people started picking chances and say, well, if you're going to apply it, then the argument start. Same situation with the Propo agenda. The Propo agenda, for me, is like a roadmap. It's like a blueprint of what this government is about to do for us. And I've always said, people, you can call me whatever name you want to call me. Call me chief of CDC. That's okay. Call me mouthpiece of CDC. That's okay. Okay, I'm not even going to quarrel with you on that anymore. I know who I am and I know what party I belong to. So I'm not going to worry about that. Right now, if Liberty Party were to call me and say, this is the kinds of situation we have, what are some of the information can you do, blah, blah, I will be there because that's my party. I've not resigned from Liberty Party yet. Look at it. Let me go a little bit into this party business. Who do we have recently joining CDC and you're going to blame me? It sounds into you, CDC. Kofa, Flanty Kofa, chairman of Liberty Party. He's not a member of CDC. Okay? What's the other name? Ben Fence Senvi, another chairman, Liberty Party. He's now Liberty CDC member. The former chairman, Asekaya, whatever his name is, he's now a member of CDC. You know how many people from Liberty Party now going to CDC? You're not talking about that. But when I tell something else, you CDC man, I'm not CDC man. You keep one of these days I will join CDC and see what I will do. Nothing. But anyway, let's get off on a very serious note. Okay, so the point here is with this document that I have, that part of it you're reading right there, this document that I have, okay, if implemented truly, effectively by this government, it will help us all. Because these people that put this document together, they go stage by stage. If we follow this, this is the result, and from that result we can build on this and move on, and everything goes. If you do it by the way chronological order, the way they have it here, we'll be fine. But I doubt it. However, in order for this document to be successful, not just sedition, all of us as Liberian will have to accept it, we have to embrace it, we have to make sure we can criticize. I'm not saying be part of it. Accept it, embrace it, and expect the government to carry out. Now, you can come and then hold the government feet to the fire based on the roadmap that they are giving us. But you call it pie in the sky. Then when they try to do something, they say, well, doing if they want it not right. What happened? You first of all take this thing, read it, accept it, embrace it, and say, okay, let's see how we're gonna all work together on this. Because it's all Liberia. Let me read. Okay? Let me read. It says, my fellow citizen, that's the message from the President of the Republic of Liberia, Dr. Weah. Now, I'm reading. I'm not Dr. Weah. I don't pretend to be. There's no way his shoe too big for me anyway. I'm failing his shoe. So don't say, oh, something to read it. No, don't get me in trouble. Okay. It says, let's read. My fellow citizen, in January 2018, you entrusted me with the responsibility of leading the effort to build a capable state that is united in purpose and filled with hope and prosperity. Okay, at this point, let me start strolling now. Okay, so just bear with me. All right. That's what you get when you alone. How do you call it? You alone. You this. You that. You the my son here. Instead of join me to help me be the producer, I gotta stop reading and come and do this. So sooner or later, you'll see me in a different form. Okay, let's get on with it. Okay, you made history through the first peaceful and democratic transition of power in 74 years. This ushered in the first generational change in national leadership through the popular vote since the introduction of universal suffrage in 1951. I will remain eternally grateful for the trust and will, to the best of my ability, with the blessing of God, strive to change the narrative and on Liberia and bring about a more stable, prosperous, and democratic state in Africa. Therefore, I take this opportunity to present to you the Pro-Poor Agenda for Prosperity and Development, a 5-year national plan from July 2018 to June of 2000, I believe, 2000, what was it, 2023. Okay. That's the first one. All right. So the president is saying, this is this message, the first message. Okay. Saying he's introducing the Pro-Poor Agenda to us, Liberian. Interesting things in here. Because if the president have not signed on to this, what I have in my hand, he will not mention it before the UN. Okay. So maybe they have another, maybe they give me a wrong copy and they have another one here say something, but I will read it anyway. Okay, let's go on. Bear with me, oh, bear with me, oh. My man, I want me, oh, I beg you, Yamana, be rushing me. Eh, I try my best here. You don't rush me. So anyway, no, on a very serious note, okay. What the president is suggesting is that this thing, we all have to be ready. He introducing this to us. Let's read this other one. Folks, this is Samson Toll, LIBERIA Public Radio. I hope that, you're able to. Okay, let's read this one here. To develop the PAPD, we drew lesson from, now here's the interesting thing now. They're going to tell you, we drew lesson from the design and execution of the agenda for transformation. That was the past administration own poverty reduction agenda. Our recently expired National Development Plan implemented from 2012 to 2017. And we concluded that going forward, we should prioritize investment to stimulate sustainable economic growth, create new, now this point we got to create new businesses, create new business opportunity, create jobs, and build the capacity of the Liberian people to prosper and enjoy life in a stable democratic environment. You hear that? He's asking us through this agenda. This is the roadmap they want to put in place certain processes, including the democratic process, where Liberians will be able to have the opportunity to enjoy themselves and be able to move up the ladder. What's wrong with that? Why can't we gravitate towards that? Let's give the government, this is my theme for the night. I want you to pay attention to this. Let's give the government chance. Let them prove to us that their roadmap that they've given us, they are unable to implement their roadmap. And then we can say, everything else that is around, periphery, whatever you want to call it, those are things that would distract all of us, just like the money issue. I said I was going to stay away from it. Let me stay out of it. Okay? Here's another one. We will focus on bringing growth back to the, okay, all right, hold on. Rion, let me get myself together, please. Rion. Keep reading. Let me put myself so I don't have to. Okay. We will focus on bringing growth back to the economy by increasing productivity through value chain with emphasis on agricultural processing and marketing, particularly fishery, or oil plant and rubber. We will promote the production of rice, cassava, and vegetables using new technologies. Okay, he's telling you, folks, just bear with me. Using new technologies. The agriculture sector is the major source of foreign exchange and contribute more than 26% of the real GDP. I just thought I put that in GDP. The forest sector remains another valuable area for economic growth and job creation. It contributed between 8 to 11% of the real GDP from 2012 to 2017 and has significant potential for growth. We will pay attention to the natural resources governed so local community can increase their share of the benefit from our natural resources and work with the government to improve regulations of small scale and large scale activities. I didn't get that part, but you can read it. Okay, so the reason why when I said GDP, I laugh. Yes, the president giving a speech calling GDP, and then the speech was written a long time ago, calling GDP, and then the president they don't know GDP. I just thought of that. No, but I'm very serious though. These are things that I think we ought to pay attention to, because these are things that will help us. He just mentioned rice, cassava, rubber, and the main thing that the part that I like on this particular paragraph is the part that when he stated that the forestry will help the community, local community, not necessarily to look up to Monrovia. Let the local community do things for themselves through these forestry development, whatever it is, so that they will be able to enrich themselves in a community, the local community, so they don't always look up to Monrovia for everything. Okay. So this is just the opening, and what I'm going to be doing, like I said, from now on, I'm going to be reading. The next thing I'm going to be reading will be uh, uh, executive summary. I will go on this. It's 520 some more pages. But what they did is they broke it down to different sector: education, infrastructure, economy, what have you. Everything that have to do with Liberia, they have it down there, so that it's not just people in healthcare would take something out of every one of us. Would take something out of it. This thing was put together by well-learned people. I know some of them. Okay, and they are now all sedation eater. So you see, if we all put together to work together for a common goal, nothing can beat us. We have a leader who was elected by the people. Let's come around this leadership and stop all of these fighting. People are leaving us behind. You still have the curve. Where Tommy Bonat died back in 70 something, 1970 something. The curve is still there. People are leaving us behind. They're talking about putting the Chinese people talking about putting some kind of a crosswalk in Montreal. Everybody happy. A crosswalk, overpass. They want Boku here everywhere. Putting something to them and put here anytime they want. That's what the people dancing for. Look at the road. Look at the the main boulevard, Tottenham Boulevard, from SKD Boulevard towards the ERW Junction. You drive over there in the morning, it's unbearable. Why can't we come up with something great separation? You take a bridge from closer to because that's the height of the hill, closer to Taylor White Flower or W Flower, whatever they call it. From there, you take it all the way and kill it over there to ERBC station, and underneath that elevated road, you have another road. SKD Boulevard come and split up and join that. You can come out of SKD, go loop around, come towards going to Monrovia, or loop the other side and go to ERW. You get to ERW area, then you can also get off, because the distance between SKD Boulevard and ERW Junction, you have enough room to create another off ramp. These things are possible, but we sit here and fight with each other. Who the best rebel? Who can do the best damage? Is that what we're here for? We agree that our forefathers, whether Congo, Crown, every one of them made a mistake. They did not prepare a future for us, suitable future for us. And we have young people. We're still trying to find our ways. There's no question about it. But in the process, if we're giving this type of process, the democratic process that the president continues to talk about, if that opportunity is there and we exercise our rights, what are we fighting for? So even if the money is stolen or something, and when you think the president not doing this, not doing that, yeah, you can criticize opposition. That's fine. You got to continue to make noise so that people will know, that your supporter will know that you're there. That's okay. I have no problem with it. But what I have issue with is to say, if you're demonstrating, we have to counter demonstrate, thereby creating a safety hazard for all of us. These are not something that are conducive or suitable for the development of a country. We got Ghanaian comes to Liberia, they take our money. Not illegally, they come and work and then they go. Look at the young man that hurt the other Liberian the other day. Where's he from? Why is he manager? Do you mean Liberians are not capable of managing their affair? They got to go and get somebody from Nigeria to come and manage the bank? If you bring in your company in Liberia, a banking institution, that's fine. You can put somebody there who you trust, that's fine. But the government must also make sure that we have Liberians in there that are capable of doing the same thing. You go to the banking sector in Liberia, you go to some of the banks, yeah, the people in the corner front, the how they call them, the cashier, yeah, Liberian. But go behind into the offices, the key holders of the institution, they're speaking different language. Because we value, are you saying that we value foreigner more than ourselves? But because we have the little distraction, people coming up with information that are not quite correct, and Liberians get riled up. As a result, we forget the goal ahead of us. People throw a little boom and we all over the thing. And as a result, we forget. That's what I keep telling you. We keep pushing the young men away. There are people on the other side that continue to say, come to Papa. And once the people get hold of him, remember, he was elected, duly elected, accepted by the international community. So you're not going to say, we don't want you anymore. You got to wait until the next time. So please, my Liberian brothers and sisters, calm down. Let's give this government the opportunity. Let them go and see what they want to do. They're giving us a blueprint. Let's wait and see if they're going to implement that. Here's a thing that we all agree. There's no doubt on that Dr. Weah seriously believe in building roads in Liberia. There is no question asked. Even if he get vexed and ready to talk vegetation talk, the word road will always be in that vegetation conversation. So if somebody wants to build road, we all cry. When it's raining, we can't go nowhere. Right now, from Monrovia going to Town, they don't do more cars don't even travel much. That motorbike business we come to the world. All our friends there, they ride big car, good road. That motorbike business will come for my people. And you got intelligent Liberians all over America working in places, managing people money. That motorbike that will depend on in Liberia to be transporting zinc, transporting cement and things like that. Or when it start reaching, then everything about Liberia countryside cease. What kind of business is that? If the young man is saying, let's build road, how you think the Chinese that are coming to Liberia over there, how you think they're building their own road back home? How you think the road you're driving on here in the United States, how you think the road then get there? Do people suffer? I'm in a road business. I know the history of road business. People use their bare hands to build roads those days, way back. Why can't we do it? Why can't we do it? Why can't we concentrate on something that will bring development in the country? Instead, what we do, we fight about little stuff. Watch the election coming. What year? 2020. Watch the people that will be coming for want to be senator. Some people think they're entitled to those positions, but I don't blame them. I stated it last time. The educated Liberians are the people that are causing us problems. 2005, and I'm not going to hide it. 2005. How many Liberians, the people you think said they know book, how many of them wanted to be president? 22, if not more. None of them wanted to be senator. None of them want, and these people were they're smart, highly educated. But none of them wanted to be senator. None of them wanted to be representative. They want to be president. Out of that 22, if you were to take those intelligent people, 15, 16 of them go and occupy the Senate and the representative. And the House of Representatives occupies the position by being elected because they were capable of being elected. They're smart people. People know them. And then you can build the country from there. Must you be president anyhow to build Liberia? What kind of business, what kind of trouble we're not seeing in a place here? So every day. Right now, you know what? I'm scared to travel. Because we're brother, I better call him brother before he kick me out. With brother Trump over there, who knows? Maybe he's talking at WDUI 10 years, 200 years ago, still waiting. They got to the airport and say, oh, something to it. Yeah, okay, you're not coming back in. Then what do I do now? You see what I'm saying? On a very serious note, we cannot just sit here and expect few people that are willing to do it. You heard what the president said? If the competent is not available, they're not competent. I think he used something, but I'm just using my own word. Maybe that's his word. But that's what it is. We have to understand. I'll give you an example. True story. And people from Bloomtown area, they will know. When I was little, I used to be between my grandma and my pa in total. So my grandfather used to have a town across in the Nima County side called Pugebdi. So we used to go across in a canoe from Pugebdi to Blomley. Okay. So one afternoon, my great uncle, he's a warrior. This man is dead now. He's a warrior. And because of his warlike behavior, Ome told him, I don't want you to stay here. Go find yourself someplace deep in the forest where you and your wife and children will stay. And those children, if they want to come to the civil life, because I don't want no trouble. Because, in fact, when I was growing up with him, he never used to wash his face. He didn't even cut his hair. He didn't even shave. When you and that man start walking from here to the farm, you better be ready because you're going to be running the whole day. He doesn't walk. He's not running, but he doesn't walk. No shoes. Strong guy. But anyway, so one afternoon we were crossing from my grandfather's town coming to Blomley. So he has his collar. And in the boat, he took the collar in the middle of the boat. Boom! And the butt of that collar starts shaking like this. And I'm thinking to myself, what? This is going to be, why water come through that thing? So his son that was canoeing who was paddling the canoe, said, oh man, stop before the thing. He said, oh, they're not going to see. He said, the man not even go. He said, at that point, because if you cross in the water, yes, they think, and that's a side show. You want to leave, fine. But anyway, if you cross in a river, you don't just take your position and go straight across. No, you go upstream And at a certain distance, these people are just too smart. At a certain distance from your starting position, then you go, because the current of that river will bring you. By the time the current brings you to a position you already crossed, and you're at the point where you want to be. So we went up river, and as we're coming, we got into the current, and he took his knife again and decided he wanted to do it for the second time. Went boom. So his son realized that we might be in trouble if we doesn't get out of that current immediately. So we got some rice, that fresh rice they just cut. We have those in the boat. We got banana plenty and things in the boat. So the son started paddling, boom, boom, boom. And as soon as we crossed the current area, but the place was still deep, he took his knife again, boom, the boat went split. What's the point of this? We're all in our boat together. But he could swim. I had to hang on to the piece of the boat, to the piece of the canoe, and have people were crying because I was going down river. Fortunately for me, they were able to get me. Okay. But the point that I'm trying to make, let me get back to this thing. The point here is that even though it was his knife, but we're all in the boat together. Every one of us. If you were to listen to his son, the rice and banana that went under the water, they were not going to go there. If something was to happen to me, what was he going to tell what was he going to tell his nephew, Mandé? To say sorry? Those are the kinds of stuff in real life. Everything you do has consequence. Election matters. The election is over. Let's stay out of the election realm. Let's go and help. Those of us that have this opportunity to do Facebook and what have you, please be positive. Don't be partisan all the time. Be positive towards the future of Liberia. Don't look into this blue sky and always find red. Let's give somebody else some sort of a latitude. The person come across as being troublemaker, until he says so, let's see what he's going to do. But before you spot a man coming across, I'm coming and coming in trouble, let me come and get ready for him. Why are you doing that? Let me go on to read. Folks, this is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. You don't have to stay, but let's read. All right. So, like I said, next week or so, I'm going to be doing some infrastructure and what have you. So let's read this. So he goes on to say, we cannot develop Liberia. Exactly what I was saying, no? We cannot develop Liberia without quality infrastructure and a skillful labor force. Folks, this is the president's statement from their agenda. Read that again. We cannot build, because he recognized that we cannot build Liberia without quality infrastructure and a skillful labor force. In this regard, we foresee a new Liberia that is technically enabled with information and communication, technical playing a fundamental role in improving the lives of all citizens. Okay. This is something that I keep saying to all of you. If we do it together, we will succeed. But guess what? If you think so, oh me, the man not gonna eat, he not gonna be my hair face nobody mouth. Man can't be my hair or my hair face nobody. You do those kind of thing, we all suffer. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. So he's saying that over the next 5 years, that he's coming to talk about the agenda now. Okay. Over the next 5 years, he says, my government will invest in quality infrastructure, including roads, affordable energy, air and sea port, telecommunication, ICT, housing, water, and sanitation. More importantly, we will invest in our people, particularly in their education, health, and in ending. I think that's something that I can see that. Okay, but anyway, whatever it is. Okay. So there you have it. That's the president's statement he's making. He simply, just go ahead. I will let it scroll. Keep reading. If you have the opportunity, if you want to do so, please. Okay. Basically, he's saying this pro-poor agenda is for all of us. All of us. But we all have to embrace it and be able to do the best we can. Don't always see somebody and start picking something. He said this, he said that. Okay, let's go on to the next one because I'm almost done. Oh, I think that's the last one. Okay, let's read that. Okay, our country is rich. He knows. He knows. Our country is rich in resources and has a young population with tremendous potential. My people, you all come together. If we don't come together and work together, our young people will suffer again. Those of you young people at LU right now that are doing good, imagine yourself 10 years from now, you will be in position to lead. But the people that are supposed to come after you are not educated. You think all of the group that are at LU will be the only people that are able to manage the affair of Liberia? When do we get out of this hole of deficit, human deficit? When do we get out of it? When do we get out of this? People that are not educated can't help us. But then what do they do? They're your brothers and sisters. You can't leave them. Then they become a drain to the economic system of the country. And this is what Dr. We are trying to say to us. Let's read on. I call on all Liberians, he says, living at home and in the diaspora to join hands and put aside our differences. I'm not making it up, folks. This is coming from the pro-poor agenda stuff. So I didn't write this, and I'm not taking credit for it. After years of conflict and struggle with diseases outbreak, we must turn in the direction where we can have hope again in ourselves. I don't know. If this thing doesn't move you, then I don't know what else. I don't know what else because I'll move. Seriously, I'll move because this is something that we have to all take into consideration, that we're in this boat together. Okay? Okay. In our nation, in our future, I encourage you to own this development agenda. Receive it with positive mind and become a champion of the solution. Liberia belongs to all of us, and we must now collaborate to build a new and better nation. Finally, he says, I thank all those who work hard to change our campaign manifesto and vision into action for a prosperous, stable, and resilient Liberia. God bless Liberia. Okay. At this point, since I like the thing so much, let me do Okay, like I said, next week, please join me again. Unless these people have gone to change what I have here, then maybe what I'm reading is bogus. It's not right. But if they keep what I have here, then of course next week join me again. I will be reading some more. Because it's a lot. It's a lot. Let me put a reading that and go into it, folks. I just read it. Let me now go ahead and reread it because I broke it down and I was reading it, so perhaps it wasn't making sense to you. But let's read it. Let's read it again. My fellow citizen, in January 2018, you entrusted me with the responsibility of leading the effort to build a capable state that is united in purpose and filled with hope and prosperity. You made history through the first peaceful and democratic transition of power in 74 years. This urged in the first generational change in the national leadership through the popular vote since the introduction of universal stripes in 1951. I will remain eternally grateful for this trust and will, to the best of my ability and with the blessing of God, strive to change the narrative on Liberia and bring about a more stable, prosperous, and democratic state in Africa. Therefore, I take this opportunity to present to you the Pro-Poor Agenda for Prosperity and Development, a 5-year national plan from July 2018 to June 2023. What is the Pro-Poor Agenda, he said? It is a framework for inclusion, more equitable distribution of our national wealth, and a right-based approach to national development for a new and better Liberia. It is the second in a series of plans leading towards the goal of Vision 2030. It aligned our national plan with the AU Agenda 2063 and the Global Sustainable Development Goal. Okay, so you see, he's taking all of these things and looking around him and say, who are our partners? What did the partner have in mind for us? So now he's saying all of his agenda, they're all in line with those partners that are willing to help us. To develop the path, which is the Pro-Poor agenda stuff, we draw lesson from the design and execution of the agenda for the transformation, our recently expired National Development Plan implemented from 2012 to 2017. And we concluded that going forward, we should prioritize investment to stimulate sustainable economic growth, create new business opportunity, create jobs, and build the capacity of the Liberian people to prosper and enjoy life in a stable democratic environment. Folks, this is coming from the Pro-Poor Agenda. And why am I doing this? I'll tell you. Let me read on. We will focus on bringing growth back to the economy by increasing productivity through the value chain with emphasis on agro-processing and marketing, particularly fishery, oil plant, and rubber. We will promote the production of rice, cassava, and vegetables using new technologies. The agriculture sector is a major source of foreign exchange and contributes more than 26% of the real GDP. The forest sector remains another valuable area for economic growth and job creation. It contributed from 8 to 11% of the real GDP from 2012 to 2017, and it has significant potential for growth. We will pay attention to the natural resources governance, so local community can increase their share of the benefit from our natural resources and work with the government to improve regulations of S-ray, small scale and large scale activities. Again, with this kinds of pronouncement, I think Dr. Weah, if they decided to use this, and all of us as Liberians encourage this government to implement this. Praise the government when they need praising, even though they're getting paid. But some of them have sacrificed a lot. So we have to praise them if they need praise. If they're doing something that is not right, we can say as well. But you must be responsible in your criticism of the government of the Republic of Liberia. You can't say because you have a microphone and you come on Facebook, therefore you can say anything or write anything. That's being irresponsible. And if you're not responsible in your criticism of the Republic of Liberia, what are you saying? Okay, so it's not me, therefore nobody else. We can't have that kind of mentality and expect of us to grow. Let's read. Okay. We cannot develop Liberia without quality infrastructure and a skillful labor force, he says. In this regard, we foresee a new Liberia that is technically enabled with information and communication technology, playing a fundamental role in improving the lives of all citizens. Over the next 5 years, my government will invest in quality infrastructure, including roads, affordable energy, air and seaport, telecommunication, ICT, housing, water, and sanitation. Folks, why can't we embrace this agenda? See, this is what you need to do. Embrace the agenda for once. Read it, and then you watch. Okay, I'm gonna talk more, but let me finish reading. Our progress will remain incomplete without the support of key partners, the international development partner, the private sector, and the civil society of Liberia. He didn't say civil society of Ghana. He didn't say civil society of Guinea. Civil society of Liberia. Those are people, those are young people, people who are involved in community activities. And he's including them into the agenda. Okay. Yeah, man, keep fighting. We will continue to read. We on the side, I will read. You're fair, I will read. Okay. We want to acknowledge the pivotal role they have played. Reassure them of government commitment to the way forward and seek their cooperation for the implementation of this agenda. We want to assure the business community, both Liberians and foreign, of an enabling environment for your business venture to prosper. Folks, your fare, I will read. Your cost, I will read. You do whatever you want to do, I will encourage the government to carry out this policy. Because why? If they are successful in carrying out this policy, Town will be developed. And Samson can live in a developed town. What's wrong with that? I'm happy. Let's read. Our country is rich in resources and has a young population with tremendous potential. I call on all Liberians living at home and abroad to join hands and put aside our differences. Yes, I love that part. After years, and yes, the interesting thing, after years of conflict and struggle with diseases outbreak, Ebola, okay, We must turn in the direction where we can have hope. Ah, yes. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio, where we can have hope again in ourselves, in our nation, in our future. Where we can have hope again in ourselves, in our nation, and in our future. Because with hope, everything is possible. I will encourage you to own this agenda. Receive it with a positive mind and become a champion of the solutions. Don't just throw things out there. The person stole this, the person did this. What is your solution? What do you want the people to do? What is your solution? Always try to be part of the solution. I know you guys have heard that before. Okay. Liberia belongs to all of us, and we must now collaborate to build a new and better nation. Finally, he says, I thank all those who work very hard to change our campaign manifesto and vision into action for prosperous, stable, and resilient Liberia. God bless Liberia. George Manuel Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia. Folks, there you have it. I'm going to read a little bit, but I'll take my time because hopefully maybe they might want to have some sort of a discussion back home. I don't want to be ahead of it. But if the fighting continue to happen and taking our attention from this most important document that the government of Liberia and the people of Liberia are not going to see reason to come together and discuss the document, I will continue to read it because you want to go change it. I have copy. But I will make sure that I don't stay ahead of the government because it's the government policy. They're going to have to read it to the people. But the reason why I decided to read it today, the infighting is just too much. Just too much for the money business. That is taking our attention on a lot of things. I'm supposed to be out here by now, being able to discuss roles and show some design, how roles are supposed to be done, so that when the road business comes to your town, you will know if the people are doing it correct or not. You go ride on LIBERIA Highway right now. They have ditch in the middle of the road. Because when the road was being built, people were not paying attention. Kakata Morea Highway, still the same alignment. Haven't changed. And now this young man is saying we want to build road. We want to build road so our people will have access so that we can be able to connect community to community. And then we hear fighting. Every day we come on the social media. What do? We come and fight. Y'all continue to fight. If the government of the Republic of Liberia, like I said, I have copy of this. Unless you're going to change the whole thing, then that's fine. But I have copy of this. If you guys don't come out and start connecting your idea, beautiful idea, to the Liberian people, let them follow you. And they are going to come and say you're fighting here and there. I will continue to read. Because I believe that Dr. Weah, the infrastructure business on this young man's mind is too big. And I can't sit here and let it go by. Since God gave me the opportunity to pass this thing on to me, I will read it. But at the same time, I'm not going to step ahead of the government. I'm just reading a little piece here because the government of Republic of Liberia, through Dr. Weah at the UN, announced that they have a proper agenda. I'm just reading what the president's statement is. That's the president's statement to all of us. I'm not going to go into detail, the nitty-gritty of the agenda itself right now. Because the people that put it together, they are brilliant sons and daughters of Liberia. Very smart people. And I appreciate them. I'm not going to call their name right now because I know some of them. But whoever if you know yourself, I want to thank you very much. You've done one of you, the one that I know. I'm not surprised because that's who you are. Very intelligent, always on top when it comes to these things. So thank you. Folks, this is a very serious business. And then people will call and say, but Mr. Tour, how are we going to get this past this money business? You stay with it. I'm leaving it behind because I know there are people who are capable of handling this thing. Stay with it. I'm not going to discuss it. I'm here to discuss infrastructure and the proper agenda of the CDC-led government. That's one of the things we didn't do the last time. When the former administration we had the agenda, some of us, we read it, but we didn't make noise about it. This time around, I will make noise about this because I think this is a very, very good blueprint. If you follow it, it will be successful. I got bad news on that end too. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Folks, I'm just giving it to you again this afternoon as it is. Well, what I want to say. Come next week, Samson to, oh Jesus, thank you. I pray to God that come next week, we will be in a different position. Our studio will be a little bit different. So I'm praying to God. We're going to work on it. But we'll do what we can. But on a very serious note, not that my new studio that coming is not serious as well, but this is a very serious business. Folks, once again, I ask you, let's work together. I'm going to take you back. What time is it? Okay. I'll take you back when I was growing up in Total. You want to leave? That's fine. That's fine. If you have something to do, that's fine. But the reason why I'm going to take you back to Total because these things are very important to some of us. I grew up in Total. Total is a big town in Grand Gila County. The first big town that when you leave from Nima County, get into Grand Gila, big town. And Total was a chiefdom seat for Biai chiefdom. Biai chiefdom at the time was composed of I'll say about maybe 4 or 5 clans, and each one of the clans have towns. I don't know how many towns, but anyway, when I was growing up, I saw people in the name of two-way party that suffer. I know some of them. I know some of their kids. They suffer. Why? Because they were not able to make the $10 house tax, and they will bring them to Total. Put racks, pyramids, rock pyramid, and make them to kneel down. I'm not making it up. It's true story. And hold their hand behind their back and look into the sun until somebody will find the $10 and pay for that person before the person get up. If not, in the evening they throw him in jail. In the day, the next day they will bring him back again. And today, no good road in Grand Gila County. What happened to all that money that were collected from all over Liberia? And Total was not the situation that I'm describing here was not unique to Total. What happened to the money? When you finish with elementary school in Total, you have to go to Zletown. In fact, not Zletown, you have to go to Zwedru to go to junior high and high school. From Total to Zwedru, long way. You get ma and pa there. So when you go in from Total, you have to carry some rice in the bag and eat dry rice. You got a lot of people. The story I'm telling you, go to the East Coast. All of these intelligent, smart guys now that are highly educated. Most of them went through the process I'm talking about. They struggle. Their parent paid the $10 every year. I think it's a yearly tax or monthly tax. I don't know what it is, but they pay the $10. But they have to leave their towns and go to Zwedru to go to school. You can't blame the people in Zwedru to say because the high school is a building in Zwedru, because that's what the government wanted the high school to be. What happened to the money? Okay, let's put that aside. The government of Liberia on a two-way party Not only were they collecting money, they were getting money from Nima Mountain. They were getting money from timber right there in Dwejitown. The next town after Town, then went Dwejitown. They had one of the major timber company in Liberia was in Seagull. Seagull was operating in Dwejitown. Then they go to Tapeta, which believe they have their headquarters. I went back home the last time. I saw the place all bush. I mean, I don't even want to discuss it. What happened to the timber money? To we party. Okay. So now we have somebody who is willing, I just read to you, who is willing to have the people from the countryside to say, this is where your timber money is. What do you want us to do? How do we distribute some of that money back to you so you will be able to develop? What's wrong with that? Why can't we be happy, my people? You gotta stop the too much lawyer business. The Liberian lawyer, they're not taking us nowhere. You all try to get into some technical people sometime. Because the Liberian lawyer, they're just writing and making. There was a video, some guy was putting some words, some sedition over a week ago. They had a gathering where they're supposed to go and meet president, but some of the speaker, the English they were using, and this guy, the comedian, decided to take that to tax. Go look for it. It's very funny. Quoting Bible verses that doesn't exist. But what good would it do us? You sit when I read it, when I see these people doing anything, I feel embarrassed. You're speaking to people that are not educated, and you're using words that perhaps you're supposed to be using at your research center, PhD research center. Do you expect these people to understand what you're saying? What exactly are you saying? Speak to their level. That's what an educated person is. An educated person, my definition, is someone you can take into Mwepliwe, and he speak to the people in Mwepliwe, and Mwepliwe people will understand and clap for him. You take that same person and put him with PhD, he able to express himself, and people will understand and reason with him and clap for him. That's an education that is being well defined. But you sit down there, the plashplatete, the motsumatete, the tukukakatete, everything you just put in the date. I listen to these young people, I'm like, what the heck are they talking about? I'm going back again to Town. I had my uncle, I think I told you guys with my uncle. They call him Peter Toe. He was just at the P. He was one of those in Town when you want to know what English is. My Pennyway plus your Pennyway equal our Pennyway. And his wife's name was Pennyway. But when he speaks those days, you think that he's the book. So that's what we have. That's what we have. Folks, I just thought that I'd do this here tonight. Like I said, I'm hoping that the people, the Republic of Liberia, will take this seriously and then try to at least go ahead of me. But if I see this money business disturbing Liberians and not paying attention to the serious stuff, I will continue to read this agenda. So I don't want the government to say, well, how you get an agenda and why is he reading it before we get to it? Stay out of this. Focus yourself. Let me now, before I open the line, let me talk to my president. Mr. President, thank you very much. If you've been watching my show, which I know you don't, but if you've been watching my show, I've always said that you're doing good as far as I'm concerned. There are certain times I don't agree with you on everything. Sometimes I part company with you on national issue, but I'm asking you again. You have this agenda. Pay attention to this agenda. This agenda, Mr. President, if implemented, 12 years guarantee. 12 years. I don't care. Bring Martin Luther King to go against you with this agenda. 12 years guarantee, Mr. President. Bring the, I'm not going to say Nelson Mandela because he's way above everything else, but his character. People, even that, I don't see with this agenda, a thing that I've been reading out of this, I just don't see anybody disliking you from this office within the next 12 years. However, Mr. President, if we do what we did over the weekend, picking fight with people who want to distract you, picking fight with people who will rest at nothing, unless to say when we told you so, and you play right into their hand, my opinion, right into their hand over the weekend. Let them talk. You focus. Let them talk. You focus. Sooner or later, international community will see, okay, this young man mean business. We got to go to his aid. And all of the road that you want to build, they will come to pass. But they will not come to your aid if we have these kinds of things that is happening. People say money missing. You establish people to look into it. Let them give you report. You ask the people to say you're looking into the thing. Have they given you report? And if they have given you the report, where is the report? What? Why now you people are saying money not missing? Then you want the people to shut up. I just thought I'd throw that in there. So, Mr. President, please, you're young, you ain't able to bomb me, but you're still the father of the land. That makes you the father of all of us. And I will continue, as long as I have the opportunity to come on this show, I will continue to plead with my brothers and sisters to see reason that no matter what, you are our president. And we must respect you. And we should give you the opportunity to do exactly what you say you want to do. If those things are not done after a certain time, then you say, Mr. Toh, what is the limit that you're going to give me? I don't know, Mr. President. It's within your own heart. If you think what you're doing is good for your people, the people that you have struggled for years and years and years and years, and the opportunity is there now for you to lift these people up. If you think what you're doing, if it's good enough, Mr. President, then it's up to you. But I know you can do better. And I know you can do more. So I will expect that these things will be done. Please follow the agenda. Forget about what politicians, if you're a politician, that's who they are. That's what they do. They first go to school, all of them, most of them started out with criminal justice or political science. I'm not saying those are bad courses, so that's not what I'm saying. I'm just telling you. Then when they leave from there, then they go to law school. There are few politicians that will do engineering, go into math, and some science courses. There are few politicians that will go into medical field. Because these fields, the science courses, the math, the engineering, those are areas where you're there to help the society. But lawyer, even here in the United States, what do they advertise? To see who taking medicine. The medicine you took some 20 years ago, that medicine bringing disease now. Come see me. I will go sue the people so we can get money. That lawyer. And all of them, most likely, will turn to politics. Because that's their next level. So that's what they do, Mr. President. You're a football player, an educated person, you decide you want to be a politician, but you're not a lawyer. Let them talk. You concentrate on building the Republic of Liberia. the Dole community that you talk about. Any people walking, I agree with the process of the road construction as an engineer. I thought it was not done correctly, but it's done. People are happy. Who cares what Samson Tool think? Do feel more community like that. Liberian people love it. Of course, the Dole community, to be honest with you, 2-3 years down the line, it's gonna start crumbling all over. It's gonna be all bust up because it was not done correctly. But if the people love it, who am I? I can only say I don't think it's right, but that doesn't mean that people don't love it. You concentrate to build the Republic of Liberia. Thank you very much, Mr. President. If you listen to me, which I know you don't, and which I know you never will. But anyway, that's besides the point. Let's go on. I will now open the line because I'm not going to be here that long tonight. I will open the line so that brothers and sisters will have, if you want to contribute to what I just did here this afternoon, if you think it's something decent, let's talk about it. But give me 1 or 2 minutes. Let me see. Hold on. Folks, this is Samson to LIBERIA Radio. I want to thank you very much. Now I'm going to open the line. Give me a call. Let's have a conversation. Again, Samson to LIBERIA Radio. Give me a call, 916-533-2048. And tell me what's on your mind. Let's have a discussion. Samson to LIBERIA Radio. Go ahead. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for those of you that joined and stay with us. We appreciate it. Okay. All right. I'm just reading. So, by the way, give me a call. Samson to LIBERIA Radio. Basically, my point now is I'm not going by who say what and what say what. The only thing my discussion from now on, hopefully, will be the agenda. And I'm going to do my best because we're in this business to make sure people get information from us. Let me just also mention something. My brother is in Liberia, just left a few days ago. Nathaniel Kripor is in Liberia, and we pray, and God will bless him. He will be back with us here. Samson told no. So just stay with me, Samson told LIBERIA Radio. Samson Toll, Liberia Public Radio. What's your name? Where you calling from? What's on your mind?
Hey, Mr. Toes, this is Prince Steve Coy. I'm calling from Philadelphia.
Thank you, Johnny. We appreciate it. What's on your mind?
Yes, I just want to applaud you for this wonderful, wonderful message. Actually, I just share your podcast on my page. I usually don't do that. I usually share my business stuff and do a lot of promotion from the business end. But I felt the need to share your podcast this evening because the message was so powerful for a lot of young people. I think we need to stick with the issues like you insisted in your reading. So I just felt like I should call in at least to applaud you for the wonderful job that you are doing. And the great lesson that you sent out to the president. Is a young president. So every young, ambitious persons, entrepreneurs, people that are in the diaspora, they are looking up to him. So he's being distracted by the politicians, like you said. So we just need to stay focused. He has our support. And let him make things right. And I know it will not take 8 months to make things right. So your message was right on point. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, my brother. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Again, folks, Samson Toll, Liberia Public Radio, 916-533-2048. Basically, like I said, we're going to the ideas or whatever discussion is going to be strictly coming from the agenda. This is what I'm not too sure if everybody have the opportunity to see the agenda now. So I don't know very well. I don't know if people have it. But if you have the opportunity to read this agenda, to read it, oh man, you will put all your fighting aside and say, let's work together. Because if this agenda, if they implement it effectively, without any, well, there will always be, now all of this will go well, down well with other people. For example, I don't want to step ahead of the agenda. But there are certain things in the agenda that other people will not like. The people, some of the people that are working in the government, they will not like it. But that's okay. Those who don't think that agenda fit, then let them move. Those who want to work with the agenda will come and work. That's simple as that. But anyway, give me a call, 916-533-2. Folks, I'm not discussing engineering right now. So I think all of you have the ability to contribute right now. If I'm discussing engineering and roadway and what have you, slope and all, yeah, then I can hear the silent. But right now, well, we're still in the political realm. But anyway, thank you, we appreciate it. Folks, this is a very serious business on a very serious note. Okay, we need to get together because let me be honest with you here a little bit. What then people say, but Mr. Toll, why now you think you're preaching peace? Of course, of course. I want to see that Liberia develop before God call me. What wrong with you? What's wrong with that? Eh? Yes. No, on a very serious note. On a very serious note. Look around you. Those of you, the thing that is very bad and very sad about our situation is this. Most of you, that most, and this one I will leap from the tall building right now, and don't pick me up when I fall and splat all over, but I will leap and say this. Those of you that consider yourself an educated person, you have traveled the world. And when you, I said it last time, I will say it again. And so when you think about your country, you feel bad. Those of you that have gone through the process of learning, going through classroom, it doesn't matter what subject matter. As long as you're from Liberia, I would dare to say that every little thing that is good in the teaching You have always transferred that to Liberia. Yeah, they want to have, if we can do the way the professor say, if we can apply that to Liberia, we'll be fine. Every one of us has done that. Everything that is good in the classroom, you wish you can apply that to Liberia. That's what we call love. Liberia is yours. You can never, never get away from Liberia. There will be people come in the country here and start speaking big business. Hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man. My wife from town. I don't say hey man because I don't know hey man. I know. No, on a very serious note. Unless you were born here or you came here, even at a very young age, you still have connection. There's a lady who is a journalist, Eileen Cooper. I know most of you have seen her on NBC most of the time. She's there. I got to meet the press Sunday morning. She at the height of her career right now, but still, Liberia is her land. She's traveled back to Liberia. She came here at a very young age, but I bet you she still have friends in Liberia. So you come here, you get all the education you have, whatever it is. Liberia is your home. So most of the thing that is happening back home, if those of us that are in the diaspora, you continue to preach peace, that is. Everything you talk about. I'm not saying that you should give in your value system if you're somebody who is not corrupt for you to accept corrupt behavior. No, that's not what I'm saying. In fact, I encourage you to look more because the more you get into Liberian issues, you will find the corrupt behavior. Folks, this is not just unique to Liberia. Africa was suffering as an African. There's a friend of mine who's also from Congo. He's an engineer as well. We work together. But another guy from Nigeria, also an engineer, we work together. And we were sitting down the other day and talking. And we were just disgusted about things that are happening. You have all these young engineers. They can't go home to help because the system does not allow them to practice engineering effectively. I'm not saying those engineers in Liberia, they're not doing a good job. That's not what I'm saying. But they are setting policy that they have to overlook in order to do it. There are other people they're not willing to do that. So we were talking from one thing to another. And one of the guys said, the leadership in Africa is a disease to the young people of Africa. Because these people refuse to implement policy that will galvanize the young people in the diaspora that are learning, galvanize them around certain ideas to make sure that the policy of the state of that is happening back home are carried on effectively. Not only that, they at the prime of their time will be willing to go back home. But what do we do? Most of us, I want to go home, but the way the people behaving over there said this, the person still there, the person got killed, this or what have you. Let me just, your wife, man, we got children. Well, we can't stay and let our children go to school. Is that the story? That what I'm just saying is that unique to any one person? So then, what do you do as an educated person? You have family now. Now you're thinking, I want to go. But if I go over these people over there, they just all they do is who know you business. And I don't got time to be begging for job. I know my work. But in order for you to even for the people to look at your CV, they gotta know what are you brown envelope. What kind of business is that? And then they stay here. They take on their tray here. They work, make money here until the diaspora host country drain all of their young energy out of them. Then when they're ready to go home, they're old now. They can't give much back. Is that what we want? But guess what? There are those who will be your age, your same crowd, will resist you coming over. And anybody who resists you coming over, that person is not capable of entering the affairs of the Republic of Liberia. Because they know that if you come and demonstrate to the people that you're capable of doing X, Y, and Z, that they're not doing, they will not look at that. It's life. You get there, you make the people's life improve, you improve on whatever the situation is, that people start enjoying, they will start praising you. They will not praise the person they used to praise yesterday. That's why they're scared. So we have to fight. Literally. Not blow, but intellectually. But if we stay here enjoying the people, cussing each other, then what's the difference? Then who are you now? What is your position? You call yourself an educated person. And then when you get on somebody talk show, the first thing come out of your mouth is insult. Is that how you're going to go back home and contribute? You want to make a difference. You have gone through the struggle, going to school, day in, day out. Some of you driving, sleeping while you're driving, going to school because you're so tired. Some of you working 2 jobs while you're going to school, married with kids. Am I making it up? Are you not one of those? And then you get the education. And that's why sometimes when you find some of these people graduate, you see tears running down their faces. It's not like they're not men, they're not even, but they struggle that they've gone through in order to get this education. And as Liberian, I know I'm not unique in this. As you're going to school or as you're in school, everything you do, as you learn, Liberia is always at the back of your mind. And the sad thing is, once you're done, the atmosphere is not conducive for you to apply what you have learned. Because first of all, when you leave from here, you go over there, you get money, because as a student, you're not saving. The worst, you say, okay, let me stay, folks. Let me put this thing down and give it to you this afternoon before I close. You don't have to call me. Forget it. Just listen. Okay. You come here, you study, you finish. First thing as a student, you're not putting money aside. Your parents now reach back home. You say, okay, when I finish, I'll go. After 6 years or so, you're done. 7 years, 8 years, you got your master PhD. Okay, I want to go now. Guess what? No house in Liberia. It's okay. Let me work a little bit. Save some money and build something because I don't want to go sleep in people's houses. You start working, start saving. You call one of your relatives. I want you to build X, Y, and Z. Yeah, we can do it. Start sending money home. Money they're supposed to use to build your house, they're using it for something else. Am I making it up? Then they say, why you stay here 50 years? These are some of the reasons. Now you're working, you find out the money you send, people misuse it and they didn't even build anything. You're frustrated. Your wife, your family tell you, why are we suffering for you? My kids, the wife complaining to you. My kids here are supposed to be going to private school. You convince me that you want to build housing in Liberia so we can go and live. Look at these kinds of stuff. Who do we trust? Our own brothers and sisters. Who do we trust? You already got the education. You're working. Your wife complain about that. You say, 18 years, let me just work and make sure my kid go to school here. You think we don't all want to go to Liberia and have our kid go to ACS or some of the good schools in Liberia? But these are some of the obstacles. There are those Liberian. I'm not going to call me. I know plenty. They left from here. Their children, their wife, they stay here. They went home and struggle. Some of them, by the time they're done and get to the position, they no longer have family. Folks, we're suffering We're suffering, and then we stay here and cuss each other and forget about our suffering lives. We stay here and cuss each other. These are things that we're supposed to look for so that we will be able to come together. What I'm saying here, am I making it up? You think you will not like with your education, your earning power to work in Liberia and on a Saturday or Friday afternoon, take your car, go to your village and go have fun with palm wine. And come Sunday afternoon, come back to Monterey and get ready to work again Monday. You don't think all of us have that kind of dream? Where are the roads that are going to take me from Monterey to Total if I want to do that? Folks, we're suffering. This is deeper than the $16 billion we're making noise for. This is deeper. Humanly, this is deeper. You got some people here. Go to some of these parties, Liberian party, and you will find somebody that's been here since 1980 something. He's still here. You want to tell me the person not able to stay here and build house in Liberia? You know how many dollars some of these young people make nowadays? $200,000, $300,000 easily. Go to some of their homes. Some of them, two nurses, making each of them making $150,000 each. 300,000 combined. You mean 300,000? They can't build bungalow in Liberia. But who do we trust? And we continue to curse each other instead of finding way to make sure that our brothers and sisters to see why we're here. We're not here. Some of us are not here because we're happy. People, like I said, y'all continue to curse. I will continue to come on and continue to preach these things here because I'm not. It's not like I have wisdom more than, but I'm just. What is a wisdom? Let's put it. Let me give it to you from a total point of view this afternoon. Be truthful. When you say something that is true, people gravitate towards that. Nobody wants you to lie to them. Everything that I just narrated here within the last 5 minutes, you don't know anybody in your community that gone through the same problem. Even you yourself most likely have gone through or going through that. You want to go home, but you're thinking to yourself, during the election, people know I was not supporting CDC. So if I, even though I'm qualified, I know this thing, but if I go there, they will not even look at me. Let me just stay and work, man. And you stay some more, put in more hours. You got Liberian in Philadelphia area. Young Liberian. Some of them were born 1972. Managing medical facilities. Two, three of them at the times. Making good money. But those same processes, those same ability, they could do that in Liberia. Let me take this car. LeBron Public Radio, Samson Tour. What's your name and where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, this is Samson Tour, LeBron Public Radio. What's your name and where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Hi, my name is James, and I'm calling from the Texas, Dallas.
Okay, welcome. What's on your mind, sir?
Yeah, I just started following your show. What's going on?
Excuse me? Okay. All right. Maybe they'll call back. If not, that's fine. I'm getting ready to get out of here anyway. But anyway, folks, this is Samson Toll, LeBron Public Radio. I thought I'd give it to you again tonight, as it is, as usual. I give it straight. And lastly, before I leave, don't let frustration take you to area that you don't want to be. This is very sad. Go and look at some of these video weekend when they're having parties or conventions, some of the organization convention. See how our brothers and sisters, well dressed, well presented in those during the occasion. You want to tell me they don't want to do something like that in Liberia? But that's about the only way. Most of them, this is the time that they have the opportunity to have fun. And that's why some of us, those of us that go places to give speeches and here and there, when you go to protest, you say, don't come get plenty, don't do plenty talking here tonight. We want Denzel. True story. Because they work, some of them 2 jobs to support family back home. So we just here to support people back home. Then when we say we want to come home, then they say no, do a citizenship. But when we're sending our money, they don't care where the money come from. If we band together and talk serious conversation, not this Eula, whatever they call themselves, because I really don't see it. Because how do you expect people to even trust you when some of these Eula leaders go back over there and fall right into the same hole? What do you have? You think Liberian people are stupid? You think they're drinking water through their noses? They see the leaders. Somebody who's been president of EULA go over there and start some stuff that is not necessary. And then you're going to say, please. This is Samson to Liberian Public Radio. I'm having fun here this afternoon. Say thank you very much for those of you that have been joining. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful program. This is what I'm about to do. I'm getting ready to close. So I want to thank all of you that have been watching. So we appreciate it. Let us continue to hope. Let us continue to pray for our leader. Please, those of you that are closer to the president, talk to him. Don't be condescending towards him. You do that, he will push you away. Be truthful, but be respectful. Be truthful at the same time, respecting as a human being, respecting as President of the Republic of Liberia. He will fight you because certain ideas that you're going to put out, he will say, no, I'm not doing the one. But if you're a true friend to the president and you know the suggestion you're bringing is it's for the benefit of the people, you will insist, but do it with politeness. Don't say because the president pushed me away, I'm going to go and leak up whatever conversation that the president, before you look, the same conversation you have with the president, before you look tomorrow, they're in the press. You think man stupid? Next time you go to him, sit down there and close your mouth. Get a daughter. You want to talk, he will not say because you're a friend. So you're not there, he say, I want to talk to you. But you and you had conversation yesterday before you log in, you start reading the paper, everything that you're talking about, in there. You think the man stupid? Where is the confidentiality? You have to assure the president that conversation you have with me is for you and myself. It is only meant for you and myself, unless you, Mr. President, you want to divulge that information to the public, or you want to divulge that information to someone else. But I'm not the one that's going to bring it up. In my community, I'm known for that. I talk to young people a lot, but you will not hear me say, "Oh, something to say." Oh, something to say. The person say. You're not gonna hear it from me. I better be careful because let me get out of that one. But anyway, that's your Samson to folks, Liberian Public Radio. We want to thank all of you this afternoon and say thank you very much. We will be back again. Tune in tomorrow for Mr. Social, who will come out blazing. He's a conservative. I'm a liberal. I hope one of these days he and I will have a show together. We're going to be sitting down in our respective studio, and you guys going to hear this conservative who is so conservative. Let's put it that way. I'm a liberal. I don't agree with him on most of the idea, the way he think things supposed to be. No. Wealth redistribution. Everybody should get what I have. But the conservatives say, no, I claim the ladder. I take my ladder with me. You fight hard to the same way I fought hard to claim this step. You got to fight to do the same thing. And I'm living a life. Why? That's the conservative view. They don't like things to move progressively. They like for it to stay, the benefit there, then everything else you on your own. What they call it? Pull yourself up by the bootstrap. No, I don't need a bootstrap. You already done that. Throw me the ladder. Let me come up there too. This is Samson too. Let me get out of here, folks. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. We say thank you very much. Those of you that have been following us, we say thank you. We appreciate it. Let's do it again Wednesday. And in the meantime, please tune into Mr. Soul Show tomorrow, where he will bring you information. Most likely, he might bring you somebody from Liberia to give you true story from Liberia at the time. Thank you and good night.
Mama Jolioba, tout le cœur, ça va dire naïo, moi c'est bien mon Dieu, ça va dire naïo, daddy ça mon you ça va dire naïo, kaido away, ça va dire naïo, na ma c'est là away, ça va dire naïo, imani hapo Mungu wajio, ça va dire naïo.